Hi guys. Now we have a couple questions, all from Jennifer. First one, how do you find time for one-on-one time with each kiddo, and how do you find some me time? Okay, first of all, I have to touch on this. One-on-one time with each kid, if you stop and think about it, is really an American concept. We've had a whole conversation about this, so he's laughing already.
Yeah.
It's really an American concept. I'm sure there's other countries that do a bit as well. But the amount of focus put on each individual child is almost excessive in a lot of our country. Now, don't get me wrong, not saying kids don't need attention or anything. We definitely do things individually with our kids.
Yeah, we have.
We do things with just one or two of them at a time. It just depends on what we're doing. They let us know too if they're at a point where they need some more focused time or if they're needing something specific. So if I'm running to the store, one of them will say, Mom, can I go with?
Yeah. So then one-on-one time to the store and hang out, talk, shop, whatever.
Exactly. We do give them one-on-one time. We don't schedule it. We don't make a point to. We talked about it at one point. And honestly, life happens. And every time we'd have the best intentions to, okay, this day we do this day we do it with this kid, this way we do it with this kid.
Yeah, but
life happens.
It'd be hard.
Yeah.
I mean, we could sit down, 7 kids, one each day of the week, and plan out, all right, each kid gets an hour. But then she would need to set her time for an hour, so then there's 2 hours out of our day. Mm-hmm. Not saying that's not a bad thing, but
there's
life gets in the way of that. You can plan all you want, but there's other things that are going to come up, and then you're not going to do it one day, and then one kid's going to be like, well, that wasn't fair. I didn't get my one-on-one time this week.
Exactly.
And we can't be fair all the time.
No,
so
life isn't fair.
Try to not pick and choose, but we just try to make sure everybody's getting attention.
Exactly. Now, like later today, for example, one of the girls has asked to play a game with us. She wants to play Phase 10 for the, I don't know how many time. And we will oblige. We'll sit down and we'll play a game. It's not going to be an exclusive game with just her. It will be with anybody who wants to participate with us. Now, the rules being, if they're going to come and start fighting or sniffing or anything, well, they don't need to be included. Go cool off. You can come back. You can see if we can play another game afterwards. But that's what we do. You know,
because crying in this house gets you nowhere.
It gets you nowhere. In fact, our kids know that's the answer to the question. If they start throwing a fit, where does crying get you? Nowhere. Okay.
Nowhere, nothing.
So
doesn't work.
So knock it off. The second part of that was, how do you find me time? Like anything else, you have to make it. And it does not happen consistently, just like we cannot consistently plan or schedule one-on-one time with the kids. It happens when we can make it happen. Me time is the exact same thing. If I have to go to the grocery store, I take an extra 20 minutes wandering quietly, or I come home and I sit in the van listening to music for 15 minutes before I come inside. I brace myself to greet everybody.
You just figure out when you need it and try to take it then.
Yeah.
Based around what's going on in life.
Yeah. And now if I know I have to get inside for something, then obviously I do. If I know, the house isn't burning down, everything's good, I'm going to take a little bit of extra time for myself.
Kids are still alive.
We keep them alive. Okay, so Jennifer also asked, what are your plans for car insurance once they start driving? Well, obviously we'll pay it. Once they start driving, in South Dakota, it's legal to get your permit and start driving at 14. You can't get your full driver's license until 16. A lot of little guidelines and stuff in between. Honestly, we're not really encouraging them to get their license much prior to 16. They easily could, and if they take the initiative and are studying the driver's manual and want to do it, we'll take them to get it. But we don't need to pay the extra insurance. Once they turn 16, it's assumed that they're getting their license anyhow. And they want to get jobs and do things.
Yeah.
So at that point, we'll worry about it. But if they are getting jobs and doing more with their life anyhow, we want to teach them that responsibility. So we're going to be showing them how much the extra insurance is costing us each month and encouraging them to contribute towards it. Now, obviously, I don't want them working too much just yet. They're pretty young still. But if they're making an extra $200 a month, they can put $25 or $50 towards insurance.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to have to do when they're adults anyhow. And there's no point in covering it 100% for them until they leave the house, because they're never going to realize what it costs or what it takes to pay for everything.
Then they'll move out and, hey, I can't afford anything because I have extra money, but I forgot to pay my car insurance, so now I can't drive my car, and I didn't budget for it.
Yeah. And I love our children. And yes, we will always be here to support them, but once they move out, I want them to be successful and do their thing. I don't need them moving back in 20 times because they spent all their money on stuff they shouldn't have and can't afford to pay their bills.
Need to learn responsibility.
Exactly. And so Jennifer's follow-up question with that was, will they share a vehicle?
Yes.
No
Double yes.
No questions asked. We are not buying vehicles for each of our children.
No.
We will have an extra family vehicle.
Once we get the extra family vehicle and they share and they want to save up for their own vehicle,
Absolutely.
great.
Yeah, they want to buy their own vehicle, we'll support them on that. We will help them shop for it, do anything like that. We're not paying for it. As is, we're going to have to pay for one, possibly two, depending on job schedules and everything else. So they're going to have to learn that responsibility and learn what it takes to own a vehicle from start to finish. So yeah, we will not provide it. They're welcome to buy their own.
Pretty much.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Okay. What have you chose to go without in order to provide for your family? Asked by Kelly.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We have everything we want.
Honestly,
Not really.
We may not have everything we want, but I can't say that we've ever chosen to go without something in order to provide for our family. Not something that we would typically have. Now, of course, we choose to go without making massive purchases that we may be able to afford if we had fewer children, but they're not things we need. I'm sure some can look. We don't have cable.
Yeah,
or
we go without cable, satellite.
But that had nothing to do with the money aspect as far as providing for our family. That was because, honestly, we hate commercials. We did not like what our children were seeing through the commercials that aired between shows, even on the children's stations.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of ridiculous.
It was really disheartening. And the stuff our children were coming up with and asking for and talking about was not necessary. And so, honestly, we canceled DirecTV because of the commercials and opted to just go with
Netflix.
Yeah. Well, we had Netflix and Hulu for a while.
And Hulu, yeah.
And
Been downgraded.
Now we just use the Amazon Fire Stick.
Yep.
And we're good with it because we pay for Amazon Prime anyhow.
And YouTube.
Oh, yes. A lot of YouTube. Actually, it's kind of become a slight addiction in our house recently is YouTube.
Yeah, but there's a lot of good stuff out there.
There is. And
better than TV. Oh, wait, it is TV.
You guys, we watch YouTube on our TV, so it is TV for us. And you guys will notice there are commercials that run on YouTube, but I don't think I've seen any that were inappropriate or that bother us for the kids to see. A lot of car commercials.
Not that I can recall.
Yeah. It really is on an algorithm that gears it towards what you watch and the interest in your browsing history and stuff. So it does not seem to bother us at this point. Now, if we get to a point where we start seeing a bunch of commercials that are not okay, we might reevaluate. But so far, that's not a problem.
Yeah, it's been really good.
Yeah. So no.
And there's so many interesting things on YouTube. As you all know, everybody puts anything and everything out there, but it's generally pretty clean and good stuff.
Right. Now there's definitely stuff that's adult content.
Well, yeah, but we choose to avoid some of that stuff.
Right. And there is stuff that you have to verify that you're 18 prior to watching. And our children know if they ever see that pop up, they better back out fast because mom catches them even on that. They got some explaining to do. But, you know, and there are some YouTubers that use some excessive language and stuff. That's not restricted content or anything. And our kids just know if they hear somebody swearing too much or anything else, don't watch that channel anymore. So, any other YouTubers watching this, I'm sorry. Our kids don't watch your channel if you swear too much or show anything that's inappropriate or unnecessary.
Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry?
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, as far as going without, no, I don't think we go without. I do think that we budget for certain things and we may put off getting or doing certain things to make sure that we can fully and appropriately afford it.
No.
And
is it truly needed? I mean, that's the other thing, depending on what it is.
Yeah, ask yourself when you're looking at
your other thing.
Do you need it?
It'd be nice to want these things, but is it a need for our family? Yeah, it's a cool want, but maybe it's not really needed.
Yeah. Although I will say, when I was reading these questions before we turned on the video, I had a total Golden Girls flashback where Sophia was saying that, you know, they were so poor, sometimes she didn't get to eat. And Dorothy said, I don't remember ever going hungry. And Sophia was like, yeah, but sometimes I want a dessert. Okay.
Yeah.
We can afford dessert if we want it. We don't even skimp on that. We just don't do it very often. So no, I can't say that we've ever gone without in order to provide.
No.
So, you know, it's all in how you look at things and how you do things.
What's next? Let's get done. There's football on.
I'm so going to include that because you have problems.
Playoffs.
Football. Gag me.